So, hey, everybody, this is Kate with one of our most amazing caregivers, Judie Murphy. Judie and her husband are also one of David's Refuge finest host couples, and they serve as volunteers to support caregivers. And as caregivers themselves, they honestly and wholeheartedly know what each of the moms and dads we serve go through. So as we start these caregiver conversations, I just wanted to start with our good friend, Judie Murphy. So, hey, Judie, how you doing today?
Hi. Good.
So, Judie, really what I want to do in these brief conversations is just try to give everyone, caregivers, our supporters, our friends of David's Refuge, just a little glimpse into what this COVID-19 pandemic has meant for your family and how it's been just really hard. Could I go as far to say it's been really hard on you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Judie, if you're comfortable, I love you guys. I know your story, but things have been exceptionally challenging for you right now. And are you comfortable sharing a little bit of that story?
Sure. We've been with David's Refuge forever and ever. I feel like since the beginning, it feels like, and Thomas, our son, who's 12, has a multitude of issues, disabilities, whatever you want to call it. But last August, we started noticing some issues with his eyes. And so this is all the pre-pandemic mess. And starting in August, we started going out to the Cleveland Clinic. It felt like every day, but it was actually about 16, 17 times between August and March.
16 to 17 times.
Yeah, I figured we put about 12,000 miles on our car over that period of time.
Most of us can't even imagine that, Judie. So yeah, let that sink in, everybody.
Thankfully, he likes to ride in the car, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah. But so over the period of that time, despite the valiant, heroic efforts of an amazing, internationally renowned surgeon, Thomas is now blind in both of his eyes, and they don't have any reason or explanation. Right now, the theory is it's a genetic thing that they just can't explain. So we went from a sighted, happy, joyful, silly little kid to a blind child who has no services whatsoever because everything's shut down, who literally sits in front of his racetrack all day and plays Hot Wheels, and that's all he wants to do. Yeah.
Well, so and I do want to echo this. All your children are amazing, Judie, and I've met Thomas several times, and he is a joy. He is just I know he is the light of, as all your kids are, the light of your life. So I just want to echo that because he's an amazing kiddo, SU fan, and just an amazing kid. When you say that, he became diagnosed and was officially blind essentially during the pandemic. Yeah. Talk to that a little bit more. Like, what kinds of services would he have maybe had, and what do you think this effect will be?
Yeah. So prior to the closure, he was receiving services from the teacher of the visually impaired. Thank God, because there are only 2 in the entire OCM TST BOCES. So think about all the counties that serves. There are only 2. So had he not already been established with her, there's no way we would have received any service whatsoever, because there's just, the waiting list is crazy. So thankfully she was already in our lives, and she has been an amazing advocate, getting us hooked up with the Commission for the Blind and different doctors and whatever we can find. Unfortunately, none of this can be done in person. So, me, I'm the one who goes out and finds everything that he or whoever needs immediately and hooks it up and finds it and never takes no for an answer. And right now I can't get anything in place. So the frustrating thing is I feel like Thomas is at a point where he needs immediate, skills lessons. Like, what does it mean to be blind, and what habits do I need to create, and just all the things that I would do for another child who was newly diagnosed with whatever. I feel like we can't do that for him right now because nobody can come and see him in person, and obviously he can't engage online with anything.
Right.
So that's the frustrating part. I feel like we're just kind of stuck in this like holding pattern.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And just, just to really let that sink in, there's so many parents, I'm sure, I hope, watching this. And, us as parents, our jobs and what we all want is to get the immediate services our kids need. And for the caregivers that David's Refuge really works with, the needs are exceptional, and the fact that you can't get what you need right now, my heart is here for you guys. And there's just not a lot of answers right now, right, Judie? That's one of the hardest things, I think. Yeah. How many hours a day do you typically spend on the phone advocating for your for your kids? When you
all of them? And on top of it, because right now the whole vision thing has his sleep pattern all messed up, so he doesn't know if it's day or night or when to go to bed or when to wake up. So actually more hours probably, because when he's awake, I'm awake. So,
right. Let's just do this, right? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Judie, do you have any words of encouragement or anything for, other caregivers out there that might be watching this? And
I mean, I think the motto or tagline or whatever you want to call it of David's Refuge is key. It's what's keeping me and my family going, is that we have to take care of ourselves. We have to care for ourselves. Just yesterday, I took a walk. I was to here, and I was like, family, I'm leaving. You guys are in charge. I'm going for a walk. I need a minute. And the funny thing is while I was walking, I was praying or talking or whatever you want to call it. I'm like, God, I just wish I had somebody who I could talk to that got it, that understood it. And I'm walking along and I'm listening to my music, and doesn't a friend of mine from church drive by, like 2 seconds later, pull her window down, and she's like, hey, I haven't seen you. I just wanted to check in. And I was like, but it was the most wonderful thing. And she's not a special needs mom, but she just came by right at the right moment. And even when I don't know what I need for myself, he was looking down and he's like, I'm going to send this person along so you can get everything off your chest that you need to talk about. So
right.
Afterward,
you were brave to say, I know I need this walk and I'm going to go take it.
Yeah. It's what you have to find a minute. And trust me, I know, because when I'm home by myself and I'm with Thomas and he needs 100% of my attention, sometimes I just have to go to the bathroom and shut the door and just pray that he's going to be okay, because you have to just take a minute whenever you possibly can for yourself. Yeah.
That's a great tip, to take that minute. Well, Judie, I just want to thank you. And I hope that this message resonates with other caregivers out there and other people who follow David's Refuge. We'll be doing this caregiver conversation once a week. And thank you, Judie, so much.